Huh. Shalom, shalom, Israel's brothers Abba Yalla coming back at you with another cold cut. I like to give praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the men out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth and honesty and sincerity, right? Hey, and it's a mighty Sabbath night, man. Hey, the brothers out there pushing this truth on the highways and byways, sealing the hopeful elect, the mighty Aquath guiding the households in honesty and sincerity, man. All praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, right? And the mighty children and us keeping the commandments, keeping the Sabbath holy, right? And abstaining from the peer pressures of this evil world, man. Shalom, shalom. Hey, as you can see, the title says, hey, to be ready or not to be ready, man, right? Or ready or not, man. You know, at the end of the day, we in these last days, man. Are you ready or not? You know, at the end of the day, Slocky, right? Are you ready or not, man? You know, are you going to keep these commandments or not? Are you going to be found sleeping or not? All right, shalom, shalom, everybody on the comment board. Daniel Martin, Michelle Y, Devash Branch, man, right? On this mighty Sabbath day, keeping these commandments, right? All praises, man. We're going to hop in straight into it, man, because we got to understand some things, man. Not everybody's going to be ready on this. Not everybody's going to be ready in these last days. You're going to have some people slumbering. You're going to have some people sleeping. You're going to have some people that's not abiding in the will of the Lord in these last days. Let's go to Matthew 25 and verse 1. Let's kick it off, right? And it says, Matthew chapter 25 and verse number 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. So these 10 virgins, they took their lamps and they went forth to meet the bridegroom, right? What else? And five of them were wise and 5 of them were foolish, right? So 10 is a number of completion, right? And the virgins, right, they had their lamps, right? They kept the laws. What is a lamp? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 25, Proverbs chapter 6. What does that lamp represent? They kept these laws, right? This book of Proverbs, chapter 6. Now start at verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and the reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So these virgins, they kept their lamps, they kept these laws, right? They were doing these laws, right? But they were waiting until who's the bridegroom, Yahweh Shah, right? Let's read verse 2 again. And 5 of them were wise and 5 of them were foolish. So half of them were wise, half of them were foolish, right? Half of them they knew what to do, but they chose not to do the things that they knew what to do, man. And if in the other 5, they were wise. They kept the commandments and they had their oils with them, right? What else? Verse 3, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. So these foolish women, these foolish, in the spirit, you can read foolish men as well. They took the lamps, but they didn't take any oil with them. You have some people that keep the laws and they have no understanding on why. You have some people that kept the commandments, but they have no understanding behind that, man. They didn't have any spiritual discernment behind that, right? Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes 9 and 8, all right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 8, and it says what? Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. So the Lord said, let your garments be always white, but you don't want your head to lack no ointment, meaning lacking any understanding, man. Right? Then the Lord said, with all thy getting, get understanding. Let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 3. So you keep the laws, but you need the understanding. You need the why. The understanding is like the why. Why do you do certain things, man? Yeah, you do it, but what is the why behind it? All right, this is Proverbs chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse 5. Let me start at Proverbs chapter 4, and let me start at verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. That oil that these virgins didn't take, that's the understanding that they didn't take with them. We know wisdom is keeping of the law. Psalms chapter 111 and verse 10, man. Job chapter 28 and verse 28. Sirach chapter 1 and verse 28 on down. We know these precepts, right? But they didn't have the understanding behind it, right? And these virgins, they were foolish. They didn't take any oil with them, man. Like, let's go to let's read on in Matthew chapter 25, right? This is Matthew chapter 25, and I'm starting verse 4. I'm starting verse 3 again. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, right? And it says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with the lamp, with their lamps. So the wise took the oil. The wise had to understand it, right? They were prepared, man. Right? Read on. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and they all slept, man. Right? And shalom on the comment where T sellers, right? Yermaya and Larry, man. Shalom, shalom. All right, verse 5 again. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. So while the bridegroom was tarrying, Yahusha was taking his time. He's getting ready for his wife. Guess what? You have certain people sleeping, man. Right? You have some people sleeping, some people dozing off. They couldn't stay up and wait for the Lord. Didn't the Lord tell Peter, hey, what you couldn't watch with me 1 hour, man? All right, let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, and let's start at verse 15. Start at verse 13. All right, the book of Proverbs, chapter 20. Now start at verse 13. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. The Lord said, don't love sleep. You have certain people that's in love. They're infatuated with sleep. They love to sleep. They get off on sleeping. Hey, what's your favorite activity? Sleep. And you can't really blame them. This captivity is hard enough as it is, man. But the Lord said, don't love sleep. That's a fleshly desire. Your flesh loves to sleep. Your spirit wants to be on fire, but your flesh loves to sleep, man. But what the Lord said, open thine eyes. Didn't last time I checked, didn't the Lord say, let me go Romans chapter 13, 11. What did the Lord say? It's the book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep. So if these virgins weren't sleeping, they would have been ready for the wedding. If these virgins didn't love sleep so much, they would have been ready. But the Lord's, hey, but guess what? They love sleep, man. They were slumbering and their eyelids was damn heavy, man. Right? But the Lord said, what? It's high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe. And guess what? Yahweh Shah is your salvation. Yahweh Shah is your hope, pursuing the 1 Timothy 1:1. But if you sleep, if you're not ready to get saved, you're not gonna get saved, man. Right? That's why, hey, guess what? The Lord said, love not sleep, open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread, man. You will be satisfied with bread, the sweet things, man, the kingdom, seeing your Lord and Savior. But not if you sleeping, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 12, right, in verse 36. In Proverbs chapter 6. Let me get Proverbs chapter 6 first. Right? Because you have a lot of people that's infatuated with sleep. They can't stop sleeping. All right, this Proverbs chapter 6, and I'll start at verse. Let's see what I want. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. What the Lord asked, how long will thou sleep, O sluggard? I mean, how long you gonna sleep, man? All right, how long? Get up, man. How long you gonna sleep? We in the last days. You have oil spills all over the country happening randomly, man. And shalom to Emily Jones, man. Right? You have oil spills happening all over the earth randomly. How long you gonna keep sleeping? How long you not gonna wake up to what's going on, man? How long you gonna just keep slumbering and sleeping and not waiting for Savior? Right? It says, how long will thou sleep, O sluggard? When will thou arise out of thy sleep? That's like your mom promised you to go somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna go to Disneyland. And then she's sleeping because she got off work. You wake it, Mom, wake up. Mom, wake up. We trying to go to Disneyland. Give me 5 minutes. How long you gonna sleep, Mom? We trying to go somewhere, man. Hey, that's the spirit we got to be in for the Lord, man. And that's the spirit we got to be in when we trying to wake up our brothers and sisters. Hey, get up, man. The Lord about to come. Hurry up. Right? And it says, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall, and that's what Jake do, right? A little folding of the hands to sleep, right? No, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm resting my eyes. That resting your eyes, spirit. You're not resting your eyes, Jake. You're resting your body, man. Cut the act, right? Hey, guess what? That's what Jake do. He kind of fold the folding of the hands to sleep. And guess what? So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. And guess what? The Lord said you're gonna wake up broke. You're gonna wake up with no money, man, spiritually, man. And that may even be physical. You have some people that oversleep and they miss work. Now they don't got no job. They oversleep and they miss their chance, man. The Lord said there's certain people that's gonna oversleep and they gonna miss the kingdom. Imagine oversleeping and missing the kingdom, man. That's gonna hurt. Right? Let me just get this book. On 1 Thessalonians 5 and 6, man. Stop folding your hands, Jake, while you sleep. Right? This 1 Thessalonians, all right, chapter 5. All right. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and I started at 5. You are the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others. Look at the other people around you in the world. You are an Israelite. The Lord said, let your light so shine before men. Why are you trying to sleep and be like the other people in this world? Don't sleep like other people, man. You need to be awake. You're a watchman and a watchwoman, man. Right? And it says, but let us watch and be sober. Yeah, let us watch and be sober. And that word sober doesn't always just means, not getting drunk and not getting high. That word sober also means being disciplined minded, man. You also want to be disciplined in the spirit, man. You want to be watching. Imagine you over a nation and the Lord called you to watch over your people and you found sleeping before the Lord. You found sleeping before Yahweh Bashim Shah. What the hell is he gonna do to you, man? He gonna chastise you very sore. But Paul said, let us watch and be sober, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunk in the night, man. Right? But let us who are of the day be sober. We of the day, man. Right now, this is spiritual nighttime. This is darkness. The light is as darkness. Job chapter 10 and verse 21 down to verse 22. Right? But we waiting for the day. We are of the day, man. You don't want to be sleeping if you are of the day. But what it says, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. Right? For God have not appointed us to wrath, to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Right? Who died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we shall live together with him. So the Lord died for us. He even died for the people that were sleeping. He died for the people that were awake, man. But those that are awake, they're going to be the ones to acknowledge, hey, Yahushua is for them. And the ones that are asleep, hey, guess what? They're going to miss their chance of salvation with the Lord, man. And you don't want to miss your chance for salvation of the Lord. Let me get the book of Luke chapter 12 and 36, man. Right? Sleep will put you to death. Sleep can get you killed. Right? A lot of people don't think about it like that. You oversleep. Hey, guess what? You can oversleep for the kingdom. Right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 36. And the brother Larry Mark put a nasty precept in Mark chapter 13, verse 35. Man, that's right. Right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and 36. And let me start at verse 35. Let your loins be girded about and your lights burning, and yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. What does it mean when it open unto the Lord immediately? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all waiting for your Amazon package. Y'all have the phone. You're waiting for your Amazon package. You tracking it. You looking out the blinds. Damn, where he at? I know some people, right? They will run out in the alley in their socks. They run out in the alley in their socks, man, looking like this, right? And they do this. Where the thing at, man? Right? They kind of put on their glasses. Where the Amazon truck? Right? Where he at? It says it's 2 stops away. My Amazon package is 3 stops away. Where is he at, man? But guess what? Why don't y'all do that for the Lord? The Lord said you want to open unto him immediately. You can't do that if you're sleeping. You can't do that if you're dozing off. Kind of dozing. Yeah. The Lord said he coming back. Yeah. I'm just gonna give me 5 minutes. You can't be doing that, man. That's going off. But let you order an Amazon package. Let you order some food. Damn, they said they was going to be here 10 minutes ago. They said 20 minutes, and it's been 23 minutes. Where's my food at? Y'all more zealous than for some food, and then for the Lord, man. But the Lord said you want to open unto him immediately. Meaning, hey, before even the Lord knocks, you open the door, man. Like, yeah, I've been waiting for you, Lord. That's how the Lord wants us waiting for him. And you can only do that if you're not sleeping, right? And it says, blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. So the Lord said you blessed if he finds you watching. The Lord said you're blessed. Hey, guess what? When you watching these prophecies, you watching what's going on in the world. You're not sleeping. You're not getting caught up in the madness. You're not getting caught up in the NBA, the NFL, man. You're not getting caught up in what's going on social media, man. But you're getting caught up in these prophecies. You watching the Lord come back. And what else? And it says, verily I say unto you that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat and will come forth and serve them. And the Lord's going to come forth and serve those people that he found is watching. He's going to come serve those people that weren't sleeping. That's their reward, man. All right, let's go to the book of Matthew 26 and 41 and Luke chapter 21. All right. In Luke chapter 21, and let's start at verse 34. And it says, and take Luke 21 and 34, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. And so when you're sleeping, that doesn't mean you're physically sleeping all the time, man. When you're sleeping, and guess what? All that means is that your mind is overcharged with the access of this world. Your mind is overcharged with the drunkenness and the cares of this life. You get caught up in the parties. You get caught up in the work events. You get caught up in all the manner of wickedness that this world has to offer, man. Right? You get caught up in the lifestyle. And guess what? Your house not gonna come back. And you're like, whoa, wait, what just happened? Yeah, that what just happened, spirit, man. And you're gonna be caught out there. So the Lord said, you gotta watch over yourself. Your flesh wants to be in this world, but your mind wants to serve the Lord. You gotta serve the Most High. Verse 35, for as a snare, the word snare means trap. As a trap, what shall it come upon all them who that dwell on the face of the whole earth? Watch ye therefore. So the Lord is giving you specific directions on what to do. You have to watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Do you think those people are praying right? Do you think the people that are sleeping are praying? Do you think the people that are sleeping are especially praying that they are going to escape all these things to come to pass? Nah, they're asleep. They're in their own world, man. Let's go to Matthew 26 and 41. Is Matthew 26 and 41, watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. Meaning don't sleep. That temptation, your body wants to sleep. Your body wants to, kind of do this thing. Let me start at verse 40. And he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep and saith unto Peter, what, could you not watch with me 1 hour? Imagine the Lord in that day saying, damn, you couldn't watch with me 1 hour. You couldn't watch my back 1 hour, man. I gave you I gave you the truth. I gave you the prophecies. You couldn't watch with me 1 hour. And the Lord do this. Right? To shake his head at you, man. And guess what? And now there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Yeah, the flesh is weak. The flesh wants to go to sleep. I always tell brothers, if I had two superpowers, man, it would be to teleport because I could dodge traffic, and I would never be able to get tired. Because sleep takes up time. Hey, once you come into this truth, you understand how important time is, man. If I can eliminate those 5 to 6 hours of sleep I get a day, how much more can I put into serving the Lord, man? Right? That's about 30, 35 hours a week. I get to serve the Lord, man. I wish I could never be able to get tired. I wish I could never be able to sleep. My flesh, I won't feel tired, man. But that's the flesh that we in, man. That's why we want these spiritual bodies, man. That's why we want to make it to the kingdom. Personally, my flesh loves sleep, but my spirit, I hate it, man. It's time consuming, man. I want to serve the Most High as much as I can in these last days. I want to get as much spiritual food I can for the Lord in these last days. And sometimes sleeping, it takes too long, man. It takes so much of that time. The Lord said, hey, guess what? Watch and pray. We know the spirit is willing. You want to serve the Most High. You want to carry that lamp with the oil, man. But sometimes the flesh is weak. But we can't let it get to us like that in these last days. Right, let's go back to Matthew chapter 25. Right? See that? Ancients knew, why don't we? It said, can't wait till I can't feel pain. Man, my neck and my back shaking. Hey, yeah, my neck and my back hurt right now. I hate this chair, man. Chair so damn little, man. Right? But guess what? I'm sitting in it, teaching, breaking it down until that chair turned into a throne. Right? Let's get the book. Let's go back to Matthew chapter 25. Yeah, Esau in these little chairs, man. Chairs about 3 feet. Right? All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 25. Right? And let's start at verse 5 again. And it says, while the bridegroom tarried and they all slumbered and slept, right? And at midnight, there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go you out to meet him. Hey, at midnight, that's 12 in the morning. How many people you know that sleep at 12 in the morning? There's some people sleep right now. How many people you know sleep at 12 in the morning? Just dozing off, twiddling their feet, cracking their toes, right? Yawning. Can't wait till tomorrow morning. But hold on, the Lord didn't come tomorrow morning. The Lord didn't come at 5, 6 a.m. in the morning. He didn't come at 12 p.m. the next day. He came at 12 a.m., man. Right? He came at 12 a.m. at midnight, man. Right? Verse 7, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. Right? Hey, guess what? Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 10. Because the Lord divides this world up into 12 parts, man. Right? 12 is a very spiritual number. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 14. Right? It's 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 10. For the world have lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is half of the 10th part. During the time of Ezra's, 400 years before Yahushua, it was spiritually 10:30 on the earth. How much more is it now, man? Let Esau tell it. It's 100 seconds to doomsday. It's 100 seconds to 12 a.m., man. Right? How close are we? And no man knows the hour or time, but how close are we if we really watching to that 12 a.m. mark? See, Yahushua says, open up. Would you? Oh, shit. Man, it's too late, man. The Lord said, it's time to open up. You want to open immediately, man. That 12 a.m. ain't nothing to play with, man. Right? It's spiritually almost that time. Let's go to Psalms 37 and 6. Right? Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 37. And verse 6. And it says, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. In Ezekiel chapter 9, it says, for the angels are going to put a mark on those that cry and sigh for the abominations thereof. So the Lord is going to bring forth that righteousness as the noonday. You going to miss that righteousness at noonday if you sleeping, man. Oh, I can't wait till the Lord come back. I can't wait till the Lord come back. And then when the Lord come back, you sleep. You lie. You could wait till the Lord come back. Because if it was up to you, you would want the Lord to come back 2 hours later so you can get your sleeping in, man. But the Lord comes when he wants to come. He gonna bring that forth, that righteousness. If you miss that righteousness, you're gonna be destroyed, man. You're gonna die. You're gonna utterly perish in everlasting fire. That noonday is nothing to play with. That noonday is coming very quickly, man. We almost close to noonday. If you need to, some people need to spiritually do this. They need to do this, right? They need to kind of shake themselves off. They need to take some of that Ephesians 5 and 26, that damn water, which is the word, and splash themselves with it, man. And drench themselves with that water, and so they can wake up. Some people need to do some spiritual jumping jacks and get the hell up, man, because noonday is very close. Let you sleep if you want to, man. Next thing you know, you're going to wake up in the midst of fire because Russia dropped a nuclear bomb. You're going to wake up in a FEMA camp somewhere talking about what the hell happened. And they're going to say, eat this pork. N-I-G-G, damn, N-I-G-G-E-R. Eat this pork right now. You go, wait. We was just street teaching. We was just doing this. What the hell just happened? But guess what? It's going to be too late, man. So you can't be caught sleeping in this time. So when you read verse 7, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, man. If you got a precept, you can come bring it out, right? Those virgins are the 144,000, man, right? Those are the ones that were ready. We read Revelation chapter 14 and verse 1, man. That was ready to meet the bridegroom. That was ready to meet Yahushua, right? Shalom, Yashay, right? Shalom, huh? Right? Let's read on, right, to verse 8. And it says, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. And that's what the wicked are gonna say. Hey, can I get some of your oil? Right? Hey, Yahushua, I know he back. Can I get some, please? I don't want to be caught out there, man. Please. They're begging for the answers on the test because you didn't study. Hey, what's the answer to A? What's the answers, man? Come on, man. You know, but you was out there talking at lunchtime. right? You was out there when the teacher was going over a review session at lunch. You wanted to be out with Tyrone and them, trying to talk to them girls in the hallway, right? You was with Keisha and them trying to talk to Tyrone and them in the hallway when your teacher was going over the review test. Now the test is time to come. Now guess what you doing, right? Hey, hey, what's the answer to this? What's the answer to that? Right? But it's too late. Let's go to Sirach chapter 40 and 28. It's too late. It's done. You can't get the answers no more. You're going to be caught cheating. All right, let's go to Sirach 40 and 28. Right? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 40 and verse number 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg. Ooh, damn. Guess what? The Lord said it was better for these virgins to pass away in the spirit than to beg the other virgins for oil, man, because they didn't have it for themselves. The Lord said it was better for you to give up the ghost than to be out there begging with a cup of change, man. The Lord said it was better for you to get caught by a stray bullet than for you to be begging others to get some of their oil in the last days. I mean, that's what it says. My son, lead not a beggar's life. Why you don't want to be out there begging for oil? You spiritually out there begging for oil. You going from Israelite camp to Israelite camp, trying to figure out, yo, can I get some of this wisdom? Can I get some of this wisdom? Can I get some of this wisdom? Brother, just learn for yourself, man. You should be out there with the brothers teaching, but you out there just begging for oil all day. All right, verse 28, my son, lead not a beggar's life, for better it is to die than to beg. The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life. That's hard, man. You don't want to be counted. You don't want to depend on another man's understanding, another man's oil, man. I know some brother. You anytime they get into a debate, let me call this person. Yeah, I got somebody for you. Yeah. What was that precept? You said it was this verse. All right, thank you. Shalom, King. You have a mighty day through the Spirit. All right, I got a precept for you. You can't be doing that, man. Talking about having a mighty day through the Spirit after you trying to get some precepts from another brother. The brother's at work trying to provide. The brother's at work trying to provide for his family, and you call him talking about what precept is this, man? Brother, study for yourself. Brother, get the oil and understanding for yourself. Talking about Shalom, how your day going? I just had a couple questions because I'm debating this brother right now. Brother, maybe that would have been excusable when you first came into the truth. That would have been excusable for your first maybe year in the truth, man. But then you calling people, hey, what was this precept? How do I break this down? Because I'm actually right now, he's actually in front of me. You telling a brother, hey, can you talk to him? Yeah, he about to cut you. And you give him the phone. What you mean he about to cut you? Brother, why don't you cut him? Why don't you know the precepts, man? Why don't you have that oil and understanding? You're depending on another man's table, man. You over here trying to, you having a debate and you over here trying to pass the phone to somebody. Talking about, listen to him. Hey, no, actually put him on speaker. Put him on speaker. Let's see what he says. What do you mean? What do you mean when you see what he says? Brother, he's on break and he got 3 minutes left. He's on break and he has 2 minutes and 57 seconds left to break down Romans the 11th chapter. He has to break down Romans the 11th chapter in 2 minutes because you don't have the understanding, man. That's madness. That's unacceptable. That's not a soldier for the Lord. All right, let's read it again, verse 29. The life of him that dependeth on another man's table is not to be counted for a life, for he polluteth himself with another man's meat. But a wise man well nurtured will beware thereof. Begging is sweet in the mouth of the shameless, but in his belly there shall burn a fire, man. So no begging. Stop begging. Stop begging for precepts. Stop begging for understanding. Brother, get you a notebook. Get you one of these, right? Go to Barnes and Nobles. Get you one of these, right? And what else? Right? Go to Staples or Office Depot, whatever's in your area. Get a pack of these, right? Open up the YouTube channel, right? Open up the YouTube. You may have it on your cellular device. Open up the YouTube channel. Type in Hebrew Israelites. It don't matter. Sometimes it matters which camp, but relatively it doesn't matter which camp. Just learn, brother. Write down some precepts and get some oil for yourself, man. and talking about, hey, what was this precept? But as soon as you get home, you kick up your feet and you watching Nickelodeon. You watching George Lopez, Nick at Night. You watching some brothers right now. It's 8. What time is it, man? What time is it? 9:34, and they watching Nick at Night on the Sabbath day. Stop watching Nick at Night and type in the camp and just watch the damn camp. I don't care what camp. Hopefully it's WFI, but I don't care what camp. Open up your Bible and write down some notes, man. Because the 12 time is drawing nigh, right? And you can't be dependent on another man's table, right? Just read, man. Revelations 1 and 3, just read, man. Right? Now it's okay to have a teacher. It's okay for a brother to teach you, but a brother that's feeding you answers and feeding you precepts like a damn umbilical cord, man, like you a baby in this thing, and you've been in this thing for 3 to 4 years, man. It's unacceptable, man. You have to grow. You have to open up your eyelids, man. You have to learn, man. Right? Let's get the book of Sirach 18 and 33. You got it? Come on. Let's go to Sirach 18 and 30 because it's annoying, man. Right? Sirach chapter 18 and verse 33. It's madness, man. Right? It's Sirach 18 and 33. Be not made a beggar by banqueting upon borrowing. Yeah, you borrowing precepts. Yeah, you trying to borrow precepts from people. Hey, can I borrow this precept? Where is that in the Bible? Can I borrow this precept? Right? And it says, when thou hast nothing in thy purse, for thou shalt lie in wait for thy own life and be talked on. And people gonna start talking about you. This brother's always we go camp to camp. He always debating people, but he never has precepts. He been in this truth for 4 years and he can't break down Deuteronomy 28 and 68. I mean, he only has 2 precepts for that. Who is this brother? I don't want to be associated with this man. And now your name is defamed amongst Israel because you always debate. You always trying to get in some giving different topics and arguments, but you don't never got no precepts. Brothers are tired of you calling their phone in the middle of work to ask for certain precepts, man. Right? Your rib is tired of you telling her to watch different brothers in the camp. Right? You always tell your rib, yeah, you can watch this brother. This brother's mighty. And now when she always watches that brother, you get mad. She go in the bathroom to learn. She go in the bathroom to learn from different brothers. Right? Well, babe, I think you should wear. I think you should do this. I think you should do that. Well, now this brother don't say so, and now you get mad at that brother for teaching your rib, and all he did was make a live video. And you told that brother to teach your rib, and now your rib subscribes to that brother only. She won't even listen to you. Now your household jammed up. Like the brother Ancients knew. Why don't we see that? Yeah, see that? That's madness, man. Because you couldn't get the oil for yourself. You couldn't get the understanding for yourself, man. You were too lazy. You were too busy watching the NFL, the Super Bowl. You were too busy watching who will win between the Eagles and the damn Chiefs, and your team was out three rounds ago, man. That's madness. Your team was out 3 rounds ago, and you over there watching the Eagles. Brother, get into the precepts, man, and tell your rib to stop watching that brother, man. Right? And now she only subscribes to him because he knows what the hell he's talking about, man. We see these things every day. We hear about these things all the time. But guess what? There are some people that do that, and guess what? That's going to be the virgins in those days, man. Right? Let's go back to let's read that Matthew chapter 25 again. All right, Matthew chapter 25 again. It's Matthew chapter 25 and verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. Like that was their problem. Like that has something to do with them. When we read in the beginning of the chapter, all 10 of them had lamps, man. But they told me, give us, please. No, that don't got nothing to do with me, man. Right? And it says, verse 9, let me actually go to Amos, man. Let me go to Amos chapter 8. Because that's what's going to happen in these last days. You're going to have people going to and fro, looking for the words of the Lord. It's the book of Amos, chapter 8. Let me hold this real quick. Let me read on. All right, this is Matthew 25 and 9. But the wise answers, saying, not so. They say, hell no. What you mean? It's my oil, right? Lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And that's what we're going to be telling people. Well, hey, the brothers on the highways and byways, they out there right now. There are brothers around the country right now, whether it's 9:39 East Coast time, 8:39 Midwest time, or 7:39 West Coast time, man. Brothers are out there on the highways and byways teaching the words of the Lord. Whether it's damn England, man, whether it's tomorrow. It's literally tomorrow in some places, and there's brothers still teaching the words of the Lord. In China, Singapore, Cambodia, Japan. There's an IUIC Japan. There's a WFI Europe. There's a Sakari in Ghana, in Tijuana, right? There's camps all over the world on this weekend right now. Guess what? And that's teaching our people who they are according to the Bible, and that's giving out oil, man. That's doing their things. But guess what? There's going to come a time where it's going to be the Sabbath day, and brothers going to be on the run. Brothers going to be trying to look to make it in those days, and you have certain people that's looking for the words of the Lord, and they shall not be able to find it. Right? It's Amos chapter 8 and verse 11. And behold, the days come, saith the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea. What is that sea? They're going to wander from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, to the Arctic Ocean, to the Gulf of Mexico, looking for the words of the Lord, and they shall not be able to find it. Right? And it says, seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. In that day shall the fair virgins and the young man faint for thirst. Yeah, what is that thirst? The spiritual water, right? The water that the Lord is giving right now. The Lord is opening the springs unto them that want to learn and repent. But guess what? As it said in 2nd Esdras, those springs are going to be dried up, man. Those springs are going to be dried all the way up. I'm talking about not even a water dripping like from the faucet. It's going to be over with. It's going to be dry. Over with, man. And they're going to be, what was the Israelites saying? They said something about Deuteronomy 28 and verse 78. Damn. They said something about we going to go into slavery on damn, what they say, cars? They said something about cars. It had to be pogo sticks. It was something. Let me go find them. I think they down there right now, Millennium Park in Chicago. Or they down there in front of H&M in Philly, right? Or they down there in front of the harbor in Baltimore. Well, I think they in front of by the Barclays Center in New York. Where these brothers at, man? They're not going to be able to find them, man. It's over with, man. They're going to faint for thirst. Like SpongeBob, man, in that damn episode. And brothers know what episode I'm talking about, right? And it says, verse 13 again, in that day shall the fair virgins and the young men faint for thirst. And they're going to be fainting for thirst in that day, man. It's over with, right? That's why you got to get the living waters now. But for you to get the living waters, you got to stop sleeping. Get your ASS up and get to work, man. Stop missing work for the Lord. There's a lot of people that spiritually miss work. They would have been fired in the world, man. But the Lord has so much mercy on you that he kept you in this thing, man. But how long is the mercy of the Lord going to continue to endure before he says, you know what? I don't want this person in my truth. Sirach 22:1, a slothful man is going to be casted out as a damn slothful stone, man. I'm paraphrasing. Right, so let's go back to that. Let's go actually to 1 Maccabees 1 and 56. All right, let's go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 56. All right, this is the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 56. Like the brother said, yeah, lukewarm, man. Damn, some warm water, some 60-degree water. It's nasty, right? First Maccabees 1 and 56. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire. Yeah, that's coming back on the earth again. Yes, that's coming back on the earth again. They rent in pieces the books of the law and burned them with fire. I had somebody tell me that they're gonna, why wouldn't I have my notebook in Jacob's trouble? I still have my notebook right now, but I know the precepts. It's in my notebook. I'm like, well, it's not gonna be, me in Jacob's trouble. You're not gonna be able to have your notebook. Well, why wouldn't I be able to have my notebook? What do you mean? Why you're not gonna be able to have your notebook? Because the Greeks, these modern day Grecians, these modern day Egyptians, these Babylonians are gonna burn your books with fire, man. They're gonna utterly burn it up. That's what's gonna come on the earth all over again. These Americans, these Edomites, they're going to start burning Bibles. They're going to take these things and deem it as hate speech, man. They're already flagging channels. They taking down channels, man. Right? They call it, look up the Hebrew Israelites on Google. And you're going to see that how they defame the ministry, man. 2 years ago, you had barely found anything about us, man. But now they say the black Hebrew Israelites, this, that, and the third. Just do it. Just look it up, right? It's only a matter of time before they start burning these things, man. Right? And it says, and wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law. So if you consent to the law, what? The king's commandment was that they should be put to death, man. And you're gonna have certain men and women that sleep during these times, and when they wake up, they're gonna be about to be put to death, and they're not even know why, right? That's madness, man. You can't be found sleeping when they burning Bibles, when they're burning books. You have to be aware of the things that's going on. Let's go to Luke chapter 5 and 29. Right? It's Luke chapter 5 and verse 29. And Levi made him a great feast in his own house, and there was a great company of publicans and others that sat down with them. But their scribes and Pharisees murmured against his disciples, saying, why do you eat and drink with publicans and sinners? So they're like, why do you eat with sinners? Why are you eating with the publicans? What the hell is wrong with you? Right? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, they that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So the Lord came to call those that are sick. I'm sick. Brothers is sick. The 21 people watching this are sick. We need Yahushua, man. If we weren't sick, then guess what? We wouldn't need the Lord. But we sick, man. We sick individuals. We need Yahushua, our doctor. The word doctor goes back to the word docere in the Greek, meaning to teach. We need Yahushua, the master, our master teacher, to teach us these things, man. Teach us not to be asleep all the time, man. Right? You had something called, I think the word is insomniac. You can't stop sleeping. You always sleeping. You wake up, you go to the bathroom, you go back to sleep. You have people that sleep to 12 o'clock in the afternoon every day. They sleep to the 12 o'clock in the afternoon every Shabbat day. Every Sabbath, they sleep to 12 in the afternoon. You know we got to get some rest. You know it's the Sabbath. We got to get some rest. Brother, get up and put in some work for the Lord, man. Go read a scripture, man. You read 2 scriptures on the Sabbath day. Talking about we got to rest. I gotta get my body rested up for the new work week. Brother, you know what Yahushua was doing on the Sabbath day? Yahushua was healing the people, man. Like the brother Larry said, we need that spiritual healing. Yahushua was healing the people on the Sabbath day. Hey, the brother Naquam put in a leadership group chat. Let me go to the book of Mark, chapter 3. Yahushua didn't get any sleep, man. Right? It's Mark chapter 3. And I'm gonna start at verse. Let me see what I want. Let me see what I want, man. Because Yahushua didn't get any sleep, man. Yahushua was always praying. Right? Is this what I want? Let me see. Kind of, that's cool. We can jump into that. Right? But yeah, the point is Yahushua didn't get any sleep. Yahushua was always praying in the middle of the night, man. Right? Let me go to Mark chapter 3 and let me start at verse 7. But Yahushua withdrew himself with his disciples to the sea, and a great multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea. Yahushua, he didn't even barely got time by himself. He had a great multitude following Yahushua, following behind the Lord. When I hear great multitude, I don't think about 16 people. I don't think about 20 people. I'm thinking about hundreds of people following the Lord. Right? And it says, and from Jerusalem and from Idumea and from beyond Jordan, and they about Tyre and Zidon, a great multitude. And when they had heard that great things he did and came to him, and he spake to disciples that a small ship should wait on him because of the multitude, lest they should throng him. For he had healed many, insomuch that they pressed upon him for to touch him, as many had plagues. And unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell down before him and cried, saying, Thou art the Son of the Most High. And he straightly charged them that they should not make him known. And he goeth up into a mountain and called unto him whom he would, and they came unto him. Right? So you have to understand how hard the Lord was working, man. The Lord was working his ASS off just to heal a whole multitude of people, man. The Lord was going so hard to heal the people, man. Well, I'm talking about harder than you can believe. Imagine healing hundreds of people and waking up early and praying the next day. That's what the type of time Yahweh Shah was on, man. We got to be in the spirit of Yahweh Shah, right? We can't making up things in our own carnal understanding, man. We got to go as hard as we can for the Lord in these last days. We got to win brownie points for the Lord in these last days, man. Like the brothers always say, we don't want the kingdom of heaven. I don't want the kingdom of heaven. I need the kingdom. I need it. I hate it here. I hate waking up and then seeing Esau. I hate seeing squad cars. I hate the shape of them. I hate the red, white, and blue lights. I like the color red. I like the color white. I like the color blue, but not all together. I hate it, man. It gives me PTSD. I hate these things, man. Right? We need the kingdom. We look up in the sky. We say, Lord, come back. Save us, Yahweh Shah, man. Right? Because you got to understand something, man. We watching these things. We seeing these things come to pass. We trimmed our lamps. We need to have that oil, man. We need to always spiritually watch, man. Right? Let's go back to that in Matthew chapter 25. This is Matthew chapter 25. Let me start at verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in. So they that were ready went in. There are certain people that's already ready. They went in already. Like Jake, for example. You know that feeling, Jake. You was in high school. You was in middle school. It was the first day of school, right? LaShonda was going to be in class somewhere. And he's like, okay, I know she's gonna be. Jake, it's the night before you doing this. You got your white all Air Force Ones. You got your Gucci belt laid out already. You got your white polo shirt, right? You got your nice jeans right there, and you keep looking at. It's 4 a.m. You wake up. You make sure it's still there. You get up and you got the magnifying glass in your eye like this. You kind of right, and then you go back to sleep. And then you wake up at 5:30. You say, oh, damn, how did that get on there? You kind of wipe it again, right? And then you wake up your alarm go off at 7:30. You wake up at 7:28, and you already ready for school. Whew. LaShonda gonna like this, right? Are you like that for the Lord? Is your garment all white for the Lord? Are you doing that for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua? Is your garment all white? Are you looking at your every day? Damn, what's this? How does get on here? Oh, damn, I almost messed with that doctrine. Let me kind of do this real quick. But you doing that for work, man. It's your first day on the job. You got your tuxedo. You kind of just doing your thing. You got the lint roller. Jake, you never had a lint roller in your life. You ordered it from Amazon and you wiping off your damn black pants with the lint roller. You don't even know how it works. You kind of doing this. You kind of doing this, man. Right? Just because you want to look good for your first day of work. How much more, right? For the kingdom of heaven, for that wedding. Jake, you know how you looking all white. You look good in all white, even Jake. You know why you looking all white. But right now, your garment is just spiritually dirty, man. I got to get myself right, man. I got to take a spiritual shower because that wedding is close and you don't want to be caught sleeping, man. Hey, what happens when you sleep with your clothes on? You wake up, it's wrinkled. You got to kind of re-iron it. It's wrinkled. The whole back part wrinkled. You got the marks all over your face. You got the dry white drool all in your mouth, man. You got to kind of get ready for like 5 minutes. But the thing is, they that were ready, they didn't have to get ready. They were already ready for that 5 minutes. The 5 minutes you took to get ready, the door was shut. It's going to tell you that. And it says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. I'm led to believe that when the door was shut, it went right like that. And it woke up the other virgins. They said, what the hell was that? And they looked over. They was like, is that the door? It was just wide open. I didn't see any door there. I didn't see any chairs. Next thing you know, the door was shut. Right? And they knocked. Lord, it's me. You remember me? I ran a congregation of 100 people. Lord, I was up 2 years ago reading at 12:01 a.m. I read 3.5 chapters. I didn't get to finish, but Lord, I was me. Lord, I brought 2 people into the truth. Yeah, I know one fell out, but I brought the other one into the truth. Lord, open up. It's me. You know me. And what the Lord going to say in that day? Verse 11, afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us. But he answered and said, verily, I say unto you, I know you not. And that's what the Lord going to say to a lot of people in that day. I don't know who the hell you are. And you know what Jake do? And when you come up to a function and Jake don't really know you, he look at you like this. Hey, and you know this man? You know this young man over here? Who is this guy? Hey, hey, the Lord go, you on the list? You on the list? Oh, you are on the list. All right, open up. Hey, Angel, open up that book for me. Let's see if his name is in the book of life. Let's see if you're on that list. And guess what? Long and behold, you weren't on that list. Long and behold, your name, the Lord gonna do this. He gonna put on his spiritual glasses and do this. What was your name again? He gonna ask you what your name was again. What was your name again? You're not here. Well, angels, you know what to do. You're gonna shut the book like this, bind that man hand and foot, and let's get this service started. And so my people can be reconciled back to me. The Lord gonna put on his spiritual glasses and then look at the book of life and do this, man. I don't think I see you on here. You said your name was what? What letter to start with? No, you're not on here. I think you got the wrong venue. Yeah, I think you belong in Satan's venue. That's across the street over in outer darkness. You know what outer darkness is? That's over there somewhere. Right? And you see the demons like this. Yeah, we want that man. Yeah, come over here with us. Yeah, you on our list. Come over here. Yeah, we want you. And guess what? The angel's gonna grab you like this, like in the movies. Your feet gonna be dangling, right? And they're gonna cast you into outer darkness, man. And guess what? There's gonna be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Those are one of the worst words to hear in the scriptures. I know you not. Imagine the Lord telling you, I don't know you, and you've been in this thing for over 25 years. You've been on this thing for 30 years, man. This is a spiritual exhortation saying, wake the hell up, man. We have no time to be sleeping. They are threatening Russia, Ukraine. They already said the world stage is set, man. Against the U.S. and Europe. There's an attack going on against the damn U.S. citizens. Food places are burnt. They've been burning down since last year. Over 100 food processing plants, man. Miraculous oil spills, man. Right? The 19 shot, right, is going on. Right? They're forcing these things in schools and agendas, man. Right? You have to be spiritually watching what's going on in the earth, and you can't get caught up on what's going on. You can't get caught up in the basketball. You can't get caught up in the football. You can't get caught up in the soccer. You can't get caught up in the idols. You can't get caught up in whatever the festivals is going. Summertime is coming, man. You know there are going to be a lot of events going on in the summer, man. Famine is already on the earth. You can't get caught up on what's going on, man. Well, let me get one more precept. All right, let's go to Revelation 13, 3 and 2. It's Revelation chapter 3 and verse 2. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before the Most High. You know what that means? I have not found thy works perfect before the Most High. The Lord looked at your garment and said, it's not ready for the wedding yet. I don't think your garment's there yet. Well, hold on, Lord. I think no. You want to get into my wedding? Make sure your garment's a little bit more wider. I think you need to put that in the washing machine just one more time. Just one more time. Right? I think you need to strengthen your reading. You're good on history, but your prophecies are not that good. I like your prophecies, but you don't really know too much about the Gospels. You know all about the scriptures, and you know things based off precept upon precept, but you haven't forgiven your brother last month, right? You're not really teaching your people. Yeah, you know all the wisdom and knowledge, but you don't really teach them. I think you need to strengthen that a little bit. You always have something to work on. I got something to work on. Those 25 people watching got something to work on. The brothers out there teaching on the highways and byways, bless their souls, they got something to work on, man. Right? So we all got something to work on. And in these last days, we all got to watch and strengthen the things which remain. All praise to Yahweh Shah. That was Matthew, the 25th chapter breakdown, right? With the 10 virgins. Lord willingly, ma'am, that y'all were edified. Lord willing, this was a wake-up call, right? Get up. It's the last. It's the Sabbath. Keep it holy, man. All praises to Yahweh. By Shema Mashiach, Malak Yahweh Shah. I like to be the mighty strong. Shalom.